Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I think I'm going to start with what I do for my daytime makeup. So if I'm going to work, or I don't wear makeup every day, but when I do wear makeup to work, or if there's anything during the day, then the one thing that I need to do is cover my dark circles. So I'll show you how I do that. Hope you enjoy. So I'm going to start by, I've already got moisturiser on, and at the moment I'm using the Pond's Cold Cream Cleanser. I know it's a cleanser, but it works really well as a moisturiser, and I've got really dry skin, so it does help me, and makeup stays on really well with it. Using some under eye cream, and this is the Himalaya under eye cream. I love this stuff. I've got so many fine lines, and I've got really dry under eye area, and this really helps to nourish it and moisturize it, and my concealer goes on so much better. So I'm just gonna dab that on, and I'm really just dabbing it in. I don't want to rub too much, dabbing it in. So a little bit about me. I'm an optometrist by profession. That's what I studied in university, and I came by makeup by chance while I was working as an optometrist, and I think since my first encounter with an eyeshadow palette, fell in love with it, and since then I've gone into the profession of makeup. So I'm now a freelance makeup artist and a hairstyler. I've got a few correctors that I use. Mac's got a few now actually. This one's the Clinique one. This is the, I don't know if you can see that. This is the Clinique one. I think they've discontinued this, I'm not sure. I bought this at the cosmetics company, the shop that sells all the discontinued or the limited edition Estee Lauder products. And I got mine from there. But Makeup Forever do it, Graftobian does it, RCMA, Ben Nye, on the high street. NYX does it. I don't know who else on the high street, I'm sorry, but there's loads and loads of correctors out there. This isn't my favourite. I don't find that it's, it's really creamy, but on me it creases. It does counter the darkness, but yeah, it's not my favourite. It's not my favourite. The one that I love the most is by Makeup Atelier Paris, and I use that in my professional kit, and it's the best stuff ever. Now this is my personal one, so I am using my brush to dip into it, but I still will sanitize this. So, and I'm just using a traditional foundation brush just to apply it. I'm not blending it with this. Yeah, just packing it on. The Real Techniques contour brush is amazing for this, but I can't find mine. So I'm just going to do the same on the other side, and I'll be back. Okay, so I forgot to hit the record button, but basically I've put concealer on this eye, and I use the MAC Prolongwear concealer. Now this is the best concealer I've ever used. It doesn't crease under the eye, it's got its full coverage, and it lasts all day even if I don't set it. So that's a bonus, because as soon as you put powder under the eye it looks a little bit cakey, but I love this stuff. And I'm running out, so I've already done it on my right eye. I'm just going to put some on my left eye now, and hopefully it records this time. I'm just going to use a Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, and it's damp, and I'm just going to use that to blend out my concealer. The great thing about using a sponge is if you do use too much product, it absorbs it, so it absorbs the excess. So less chance of it being cakey. Usually when I put foundation, I'll just put it here just to blend out the concealer so it doesn't look like I've got a lot of concealer on. And during the day, I use the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. Now I use this during the day or when I'm not being photographed because for some reason this flashes back on me. And during the day, I will add a bit of moisturiser to it. So I literally just take about that much. That's not even a pump. I actually add just the eye cream to it because it's really nice and moisturising. Or I would add a drop of almond oil. And I'm actually just going to use the sponge again because I have it. And it saves me from washing up another brush. So I'm starting in the middle of my face, just here, and I'm blending outwards. So using the Sleek Eyebrow Kit in, just get rid of the stuff. That's what it looks like. It's got a wax and it's got a powder. The powder is a little bit too reddish for me, but the wax is amazing. I'm just using a mascara wand and I'm just going to brush out my eyebrows just to get rid of any product that may have gone in them. And then what I do is I use the wax part of the palette and really lightly. And this is the other thing that I need to do when I do makeup because you've seen how sparse my eyebrows are. Oops. I need to fill them up because if I've got a full face of makeup and I don't do my eyebrows, I literally look like I don't have eyebrows. It's not a pretty look. You do need to set this wax because it is very waxy and it will move if you don't set it. So on top of this I will add a bit of powder and then comb it all through with a spoolie again. Okay, so I'm just going to use this eyeshadow from Body Shop, which is called Earth Brown, to set my eyebrows, to set the wax. I'm using very little of it, don't need a lot to set this. And I've already done my left eye off camera. I've got a few Sleek palettes here. This is the Au Naturel, I've got the Vintage Romance and Ultra Matte V2. And I'll probably use the Au Naturel palette, that one there. I find this has got everything in it. And what I'm going to do is just use this this peachy tone one here. I'm just going to load it up on a flat shader brush. I think this is a number 7 one from Boots, so nothing really special. And I'm going to remove any creases on my eyelid from the concealer. And I'm literally just going to dab this on. So once again, just take off any of the creases and set it with this eyeshadow. Now this eyeshadow is matte, which is what you would want to use to set the concealer, because a shimmer one or a frosty one is most likely going to move as well. I'm going to use a brush like this, so it's quite fluffy, that one there, and it's from Salon Services, so Sally's basically. What I'm going to use is a mixture of that brown there and mixed it in with a bit of the peach because I don't want a crazy crease. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the crease and slightly above because I've got hooded eyes. If I put it in the crease, you're not going to be able to see any of it. So just slightly in the crease and above, and I'm blending it. And what I'm now going to do is go in with the peach that we put on the lid, that one there, and the yellow next to it, which is that one there. So I'm just going to take a bit of each, tap off. You can see, I don't know if you can see the powder coming off. I'm just going to go under my eyebrows just to highlight that. And I'm just taking the black in the same palette, literally just using one palette for all of this, and I'm just pressing it into the lash line. Close to the lash line as possible. Keeping the shape of my eye. I'm not winging it, I'm not rounding it up, I'm not doing anything. I'm just keeping to the shape of my eye. Just going to do the same thing on this side. Flat shader brush. That one, I'm just using one from e.l.f. I'm just going to smudge that out a little bit. Okay, and now for the lower lash line, I'm again using the same palette, and I'm using that colour there and the black mixed, very lightly, and just to define that a little bit. And that's it. I'm not going all the way in either. Okay, I'm just going to use my finger lightly to blend that in. I'm going to put some mascara on. I'm using the Mally Black Volumising Mascara. Just to add a little bit of definition to my face, I'm adding this Sunny Bunny bronzer from the Too Faced Fun in the Dark palette. I'm going to use this, it's actually an artist's brush from De La Rowney. I'm just going to swirl both colours in there, tap off, and just add a little bit of that on my cheeks. I don't know if you can see that, it's gorgeous though. It's very subtle, it's very, very subtle. For daytime it's perfect. So that's done, both sides done. And whatever's left on my brush, I'm gonna place some product on the temples, not much, and that's it. Now, I don't use blush, I don't use highlighter, I won't use anything else. What I will do for my lips is use this pout polish from Sleek, and this one is in, I don't know what shade it is, Perfect Plum, and that's the shade. I'm just going to take some on my finger and just dab it onto my lips, just like a lip balm. And when I use a little of this, I find that it lasts for a really long time, but then I'll take that with me, so I'll top up if I need to. That's me done for my daytime look. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think. Your comments will be really appreciated. Please like my video and subscribe, it's free, and I'll see you guys soon. Oh, and what I'm going to do next is a nighttime makeup look following this. I'm going to keep this as it is and add on some eyeshadow to make it for nighttime. So stay tuned for that, it's going to be my next video. Okay, see you soon!